Hey guys, welcome back with me. So today I'm just doing another little get ready with me. I picked up a few little new things along the way that I just kind of want to show off and play with. So let's just jump into the makeup and get started today, okay? Don't really have much of an intro. Alright, I got you guys zoomed in. I've got my cat ears on. You guys know what's up. It's time to get into some makeup. So what I have today is I have picked up the Morphe and Jeffree Star sponge set, which I already have the brush set and I love it. So I figured I would give the sponge set a try since I'm just now kind of getting into sponges lately. Like, I'm normally always a brush person, but I don't know, the past like few months, sponges have kind of been my thing. I've been having a lot of dryness around my chin area, and sponges kind of have been helping to keep it from flaking up, and it just kind of lays it down instead. So I've really been liking that. So I might be a sponge girl now. We don't know. We don't know yet. But we're gonna test these sponges out today and see how we like them. I don't have a new foundation, so what I'm going to be using is a little mix, a little cocktail, because I have been self-tanning and my body is a little bit darker than my face right now. So the cocktail I will be using will be the Forever Skin from Dior, and then a little bit of the Too Faced Born This Way. The Forever Skin in 1 in 10 and the Born This Way in the shade Cloud. So the two of them together make a pretty good combo. I'm just gonna do a little bit less cloud this time since I'm a little bit more tan. So I think that'll work out just fine. So I guess I need to wet the sponges. Means I gotta get up. Oh, it's curved on both sides. I didn't know that. I thought it was just curved on one side like the Real Techniques brush. It's curved on both sides. Look at that. That is interesting. And then of course, you get the two little mini sponges, which are also curved on both sides as well. So that's cute. So let me just go ahead and wet the sponge. Wet the sponge! Don't forget to wet the sponge! If you guys haven't seen the Green Mile, I'm sorry. So, it expanded, of course, but it's still pretty firm. It's not really as bouncy as like a Beauty Blender or the Real Technique sponge. It's still pretty firm, so I don't know how I feel about it. This one feels a little bit softer, but maybe that's just because it's smaller. I don't really know. We're gonna test them out today though. So we're gonna need some primer. So what we're gonna use for primer today is a little cocktail once again. So I will be using a little bit of my Tatcha Silk Canvas. Oh God. And I'm going to add just a drop of the Versali Skin Tune Blur. The two together, absolutely amazing combination. I've been loving it for my oily skin, and it is supposed to be a high of 90, I think 3 degrees, and our air conditioner is currently broken where I work, so your girl's gonna need some oil control. So we're just gonna mix these two primers together and hopefully that'll work out for the day. Okay, so we've got our Tatcha. Let's just add a drop of the Skin Tune. Kind of mix those together. Make a little cocktail and just rub that into the face. I love the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer because it fills in all my pores and lines, and it actually, if you guys didn't know this, it actually helps you control your breakouts. So it should help from like forming any more of this crap that I have going on. But it doesn't do a whole lot to mattify. It's an oil control is what they say, but it's not a mattifier. So I like to add a little bit of the Versali Skin Tune Blur just because this one is a mattifier. This one is an oil control for sure. So the two of those together really work out pretty good for me. But that's just my skin type. That's just my combination. I mean, it could go horribly wrong for you if you have really dry skin. I wouldn't recommend it. But if you have oily skin, it's definitely worth the try. I mean, they're both pretty pricey primers, I'm not gonna lie. Like the Tatcha Silk Canvas I think is $52. I think the Versali Skin Tune Blur is $52 as well. So that's $100 worth of primers right there. But I am mixing them together and they do last forever. A little bit goes a long way. So when you think about it like that, these products are gonna last me well into next year. Well into next year. Alright, and now I'm going to take what's left of my Versali liquid, what is it called? Liquid glass? Skin glass? Something like that. I have a sample of it that I got from Sephora that I've been loving. Just dropping it into my foundation lately. And that is the last of it. So sad that it's gone. I'll have to purchase that one because that one's just amazing. So I've just been using the end of a brush to stir all of that together on the back of my hand. Okay, and just wiping what's on the brush handle on my face. And let's just use the Morphe M444 and just pick up all this product on the back of my hand and just dot that everywhere. There we go. So it looks a little light, but it does oxidize, so keep that in mind as I'm applying it. You're not like, girl, what are you doing? Like, no, it's gonna oxidize, so don't worry. But what concealer do we want to use today, guys? I haven't thought about that at all because I don't have a new one. So let's just use the Huda concealer. It's what I have out. So we're just gonna go in with the Huda concealer in the shade Meringue. And I went a little bit totally ham with this yesterday and got it all over the silver applicator. So I'm just gonna wipe what's on there off. And that's already a lot of product. And this is another product where a little bit goes a long way. You don't really need that much. Oh, I love how I said I was gonna use the Jeffree Star sponge and got it all wet and everything, and then forgot all about it. Don't you guys love that? I'm the greatest, so I totally forgot to use the foundation sponge. Wow, way to go. So, just dotting it on top of everything. It is pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. It's not as bouncy as I would like it to be. Will I be repurchasing it? Probably not, because it's just a little bit too firm for me, which I've never tried the actual Morphe sponge, so I can't relate it to that. I don't know if they're similar, like if the Morphe sponge is just like this and Jeffree just kind of did a different design with his, or if it's a totally different formula and this one is like more bouncy or less bouncy. I don't really know, but I just know I like the Beauty Blender and the Real Technique sponge better already. This one's just not as bouncy, but for like baking maybe, I feel like this will be perfect. I don't bake though, so I don't necessarily need the sponge because I feel like that's kind of what it's good for. So I don't feel like I'm going to be using it that much. Maybe to cut out my contour every now and then. But I don't really like bake and do all that, so I don't see myself reaching for the sponge all that often. But not to say it's not a good sponge. It's a pretty good sponge. And I'm gonna try this one out. I actually have this one in my hand, so I'm gonna give this one a go. Jeez, I have the memory of a goldfish, you guys. I'm like, let me wet the sponge, and then as soon as I wet it, I'm like, I'm gonna go with this Morphe 444 brush. Like, what the, like, girl. Okay, so now going in with the Jeffree Star, the little sponge that comes with this set. Just going into my Huda concealer in the shade Meringue. And bouncing that into place. I feel like I'm using the wrong side. Yeah, that's better. I feel like the cut side is like to set the powder for sure. And then the rounded side is just to bounce everything out. I don't know why I was like, this will be perfect for under my eye area. Yeah, to set powder, not to bounce out concealer, you silly. So I actually like the mini sponge pretty well. I've never used a mini sponge before. I've always just used the Beauty Blender or my 57 concealer brush from Sephora or my Fenty concealer brush. Not really a mini sponge kind of person, but now I think I might be really digging it. I want to go ahead and set everything. So let's try, let's bake. I mean, let's try it, right? I mean, what's the harm? So I guess we'll do that. And I do have a baking powder. It's not new, it's just the Huda powder. So let's just go in with that and see how we like everything. Oh God, I forgot to cut the top off of this. Shit, this is gonna get everywhere. So how do you bake? You just like set like where you put your concealer. Do you bake after you do your contour? Because you cut your contour out? I'm gonna put powder where I put concealer. Okay, now I'm gonna take that mini sponge and lay that powder under my eyes. This feels so foreign to me. I've never done this, you guys. You're catching something totally new and original for Whitney. So, glad to have you here, guys. Hope you're enjoying it. While that bakes is when you do the rest of the face, I assume. Let's just go ahead and do the rest of the face and see how we like it. And then we'll wipe off the powder, obviously. So what I have for eyes is I have just recently got the MAC paint pot in the shade Soft Ochre. So I don't know if this is gonna match me. I got it online because Ulta was doing a sale. I think it was like 50% off when I bought it, and I was like, done, buying it, because I've heard too many people rave about it to not have it. So it looks really yellow. Looks really yellow. We're gonna try it. I've heard that it's a really good base, so we're just gonna go in with that today and see how that holds up our shadow. So I guess I need a brush to put it on with. Okay, so I'm just going to apply this using my Morphe concealer brush, the M173. So I'm just gonna dip right in there. Just go for it. Probably not how you're supposed to do this. So that is lovely. That actually goes on really well. It blended with my skin tone good. It lays on nice and matte. Have I been asleep on MAC paint pots all this time? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I was like, I don't need that. I have Urban Decay Primer Potion. Girl, no. Get you a MAC paint pot. It's well worth it. Well worth it. As long as the shadow holds up today, yes. All about the MAC paint pot. It goes on so smooth. It's not like a concealer. Like I thought it was going to be like a concealer. It's not like a concealer. It does not feel like that at all. It feels really like a cream to powder kind of finish almost. I don't really know how to describe it. Like, but it still feels like it's going to hold on to the shadow. So I like that. I don't even know what shadow palette I want to use today. What shadow palette do we want to use? Let's do the Riviera. Because I don't think I've played with this on camera with you guys. Maybe one time, if that. So I'm going to jump into this shade Monte Carlo. Sweep that from brow to crease. Just using the Anastasia brush that comes with the palette. Oh my gosh, I forgot how pigmented she is. Oh, I need to do my brows too. I always forget about my brows. How is that a thing? Like, most people do their brows first, and I'm like over here like, oh, I forgot to do my brows, like, last fucking thing. So now I want to grab my Luxie 239, the flat one on one side and the fat on the other, and I'm just gonna lay it in the shade Bahamas. And just drop that right in the crease. Okay, now I think I want to drop into the shade Mediterranean. I think that'll be pretty, so I'm just going to go in with my finger and drop that on the lid. Oh yes, girl. I think I'm going to add a little bit of purple to the outer crease, or the outer V, I mean. I think that'll really just make things pop. Bring it all together. I just really love fun colors, and this is just such a fun palette. Like, everything in here screams fun and summer. I love it so much. I just love it. And I'm not sure if this is true, but it seems like I googled it and the palette is water resistant. Like it's officially a summer palette. I don't know if that's true, but that is what I read somewhere. So that is kind of interesting. Looking for something that's gonna stand up through the summer. This might be a good palette to reach for. Okay, so now just taking my Morphe M330. I'm just gonna dip into the shade, is it Cans? The purple one? I'm not sure. I'm gonna dip into that shade and just swirl a little bit of purple right here in the outer V. Bringing it up into the crease as well. So now taking the brush that came with the palette, the Anastasia palette, I'm just going to take the short, dense side and jump back into this purple shade. and run that along the lower lash line. Now I'm gonna dip back into Monte Carlo with the fluffy side of the brush and just sweep that along the lower lash line. Just mix those two shades together. And there we have it. That is our eye look, at least from the Anastasia Riviera palette. Okay, so now we need some mascara. So I have been reaching for the NARS Climax mascara lately, but we're not gonna need a whole lot of it because we're gonna do falsies anyways. So let's just do a quick coat. So now we need some brows on. What I have been reaching for lately is the Anastasia Dip Brow Gel in the shade Soft Brown. So we're just gonna apply some of that to continue on with that little trend that I have going. So we got our brows on. Now let's just go ahead and highlight a little bit with our Benefit Highbrow Glow, what I always use. I'll be sad when this pencil is gone because then I'll have to buy another one. Okie dokie. So now let's jump into the rest of the face. So for that, I have the BH Cosmetics Blushing in Bali kit. This is a 6-color blush and highlight palette. Oh, I thought it was a contour palette too. It's just blush and highlight. Oh, okay, so we need contour. Okay, so let me grab a contour. We're doing high-end products, so let's do the Anastasia, or bronzer I mean, in the shade Tawny. Just using my IT Cosmetics contour brush. Yeah, sorry guys, thought there was a contour in that palette. Oops. Otherwise I probably just would have used my Benefit Hula Stick. That's what I've been using lately anyways. Well, I probably would have used both. I would have done the Hula Stick and then this. I've been liking the combination. Just gives me a little bit more warmth and depth and snatch look, you know what I mean? That natural, you know. You know, if you know, you know. If you don't, Google Snatchel. So I want to take a little bit down the nose since I did no contour. Just kind of define that nose a little bit. And then a little bit under just to shorten it. Because you know your girl's got a long nose. She needs to shorten that up. And then a little bit under the lip just to create more of a pouty kind of look. Okay, so now we're going to jump into the Blushing in Bali kit. It's got a few pretty nice blushes, a few pretty nice highlights. Let's see. Those are the blushes. They're pretty pigmented actually. Even that last one, that pink one, you can still really see it. So those are pretty pigmented. Let's try the highlights. Ooh, those are pigmented as well. Look at that. So, not angry at all at this palette. Oh my god, she came to play. She is not messing around. Okay, so I think I want to jump into this shade. Let's do Coral for our blush. So I'm gonna jump into that one. And I'm gonna do that using my Wet n Wild P72 blush brush. So she's pigmented, so let's be careful now. I tend to have a heavy hand. So do we wipe the bake off yet? Do we wait until the end? Maybe we should wipe the bake off. Let's do that. So I'm just gonna take my Joa powder brush and just swipe all that extra away. So yeah, that actually turned out pretty well. Like, might actually start baking under the eyes. Because I've tried baking like around my face, like just the whole face, and it really just made me look really crusty and gross. But under the eyes so far, it just really smoothed everything out. And I'm really liking it. So if it stays this way all day, I might have a new technique. But if it ends up looking crusty like it did last time, then we're going to scrap it. We're not going to do it anymore. But let's just go ahead and put a little bit of that shade Coral on the other side, because it is just so pretty. It really just blends with the bronzer very nicely. Just to give a very like in vogue look. Okay, so now I want to do a little bit of highlight. So I'm gonna spritz the face first, like I always have been doing, or like I have been doing lately anyways. So I'm out of my Catrice Prime and Fine Dewy Fixing Spray, which is what I have been using. So I'm going to switch to my Let's just use our Smashbox primer water and then set everything later with the setting spray. I feel like, because that'll hydrate everything, I feel like. Oh my god, the sprayer on that sucks dick. Sorry guys, but that was bad. Like, got all over me. So, using our Jeffree Star highlighting brush, thanks to JS number 3. Yes, we're gonna jump into this shade Glisten right here. Yes, she does, doesn't she? I am really liking this little palette right here. And it was on sale when I got it. It was like $9.50 or something. Like, I was like, what? I'm buying this. There we have it. So that is it for the Blushing in Bali palette from BH Cosmetics. What do we think about that one? Really like that so far. So, for our lip, we shall be using the, I think I want to use this. The shade might end up looking really bad, but I think I want to use it right now. But it is the Milk Makeup, what are they called? Lip colors? Yeah, just the Milk Makeup lip color in the shade Low Key. So let's see what this is going to look like with all this. If it ends up looking bad, I'll take it off and we'll try something else. Oh, let's do a little bit of primer. I've really been liking this Makeup Forever lip primer. It's an eye and a lip primer, but it's been working really well as a lip primer, just to keep everything in place for me all day, because I have really dry lips and everything wants to like move and come off. So this has been helping a lot. This is not what I wanted. I thought this was gonna be a lot more burgundy than this. Like, look at this. You guys see this? I thought it was gonna be like burgundy like that, and it just looks like corpsey brown. Like, yeah, there's that purple tint in there, but it's not the purple that I was looking for. Let's try and fix it. I'm gonna try and fix it without having to take anything off. So I'm gonna go over it using the Flower Beauty Galaxy Glaze Lip Gloss. And it's in the shade, what shade is this? Angelic. So I have it in the shade Angelic. So let's pop this on top and see if that's gonna save the day. Oh my god, did this just break on me? This just fucking broke on me. Like, literally just pulled that right out of there. Okay, well, won't be using that today. Let's try the, ooh, this is something I've had since like last summer, the Smashbox Gloss Angeles lip glosses, and I have it in the shade Actors Guild. Ooh, look at how pretty. That is just gorgeous. Let's see if this will save the day. No, it just doesn't. Let's just take it off and redo it. I don't even like this. This is not cute. Like, can I take it back? When did I buy it? Okay, let's try this one. So this is the NARS Power Matte Lip Pigment in the shade Somebody to Love. I don't know, I know that I like these. I have the NARS Power Matte Lip Pigment in the shade American Woman, and it's beautiful. Like, works on everyone. Like, every time someone comes in, they're like, I want a nude that lasts all day. It's like a nudie nude, not like a pink nude or a brown nude. I'm like, oh, American Woman. And almost every time they buy it, because it's so beautiful. It just works on everyone. So it's a bit more brown than I was going for, just because I have the purples going on my eye. Purple, pink, blues. Let's go over it with the Actors Guild and see if that does anything for it. Maybe give us a sunsetty vibe instead of a, I don't really know what this is, kind of vibe. Oh yeah, that's much better. That's much better. What do we think, guys? Yes, this combo right here. I will be returning to this combination because it is lovely. Okay, so now I think, oh, we need to do lashes. So, let's set everything real quick and then we'll do lashes. So I have been using my Anastasia Dewy Setting Spray. Let's just go ahead and do this real quick. So now we're gonna go in with our lashes, which these are newer. They're newer, or they're new to me. This is the first pair of velour lashes that I've ever tried. I unfortunately have lost the box. So I just have the lashes, but they're very beautiful. I can't remember what the style is called. I know I got them at Ulta when they were doing their, I think it was like 50% off select styles of velour lashes. So I went ahead and grabbed those and some of the lash glue, because apparently you can only use the velour lash glue with the velour lashes is what I was told. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I was told. It might have been just a scam to get me to buy the lash glue, but either way, they were expensive lashes and I don't want to mess them up using regular lash glue if that's not what they require. So I just went ahead and splurged on the lash glue. One lash on, one to go. All right guys, lashes are on. This is the look. What do we think? Is it decent? Is it passable? Is it okay? I know we had to try a few things with the lips, but I don't know. I think we got it down pat. I think we got it down pat. If I can just keep from getting lipstick all over my fucking teeth all day. Anyways, that is going to be the video for today. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope that you guys really liked it. And if you did, then go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. You know, I greatly appreciate it. And hopefully you liked my vibe and you want to see more of me. If you do, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell. You'll be notified every time I upload a new video. So hopefully you'll be seeing a lot more of me and I'll be seeing a lot more of you in the very near future. All right, I love you guys. Peace out.